Fine. A lot of my questions don't land. That's why Chris is here to help fill that gap, but he's not here, so it's okay. All right, so let's say it's date night. Where are we going to impress the lady friend? Can't be one of your restaurants.
Yeah. Hop Alley's one place that I love going, like tremendously. It's like definitely always on the,
so good.
top
Tommy
5
is epic.
Yeah, I love what Tommy does over there, and it's always good. I actually did a decent amount to go from there, like throw it on the back of the motorcycle, drive it back up to Boulder, and yeah, it was awesome. So I
you
love
look
that.
like a motorcycle guy.
Yeah, I like to spend some time on some bikes when I get the chance. Not much anymore. They're mainly like really nice dust collectors at this point. So,
in the summertime, get a little smoke and a little soot in your mouth too.
But yeah, I would say there, in Boulder, actually I'm really glad, Oshkar opened up. We've dined there a couple of times. It's been great. I do like old school, like going to the kitchen. Pizzeria Locale is like the other hit. My sons ask for it all the time, and then now they're asking for New Yorkese as well for Steve's Pizza. So, so there's definitely quite a few little spots.
Is that how you say that? You've taught me 2 words of restaurants, and as a Southern redneck, which you're kind of more of that meth, like moonshine redneck. We're more like white trash redneck, Gulf redneck. You taught me 2 different New Yorkese and obviously BELLOTA.
Yep.
Instead of saying BELLOTA. Thank you for that.
Of course, yeah.
So now I don't look stupid. Those are great locations. I like that because that is bomb pizza, and that one kind of came to fruition through the pandemic. Did it not?
Steve's been wanting to do pizza for a long time, and Avanti was on track, I guess, to open before pandemic or during pandemic, and then they opened during the pandemic, and so they've been doing really well, and it's a great space. And Boychik, they're doing really great Middle Eastern food down there as well, and so there's like the Tiger and Pig, all those restaurants in there are doing really fun. So it's a nice little spot to, because it's right across the street from Oak at 14th, and so it's great to have them as neighbors now.
Hey,
so really cool.
Shout out to the neighbors.
Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned motorcycles, and I feel like I did a drive the other day up Boulder Canyon. Shout out to that shitty camping trip. But where is, like, you see them, like, that I can only imagine if you're an experienced rider that may be one of the more gorgeous drives in America, especially on a motorcycle. What's your favorite stretch of land to take your bike and just clear the head?
Going down like 287 down to like Gunnison,
Salida,
Salida, Buena Vista. Go down to Gunnison, Crested Butte. I like to do a lot of ADV bikes, so dirt and road. So,
okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of great trails down there. So if I can go one place, it's down there.
I couldn't agree more. We're headed down there in a couple weeks, do a little rafting, and then we did Salida just to get away, like right towards the end of the pandemic. Smaller towns had openings and things like that. So we were like, fuck, let's just fly in there for a weekend. Totally. It's a gorgeous drive, but also those little towns are fun as fuck. So, yeah. And in the fall, you can't beat those Aspens on 287.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's so pretty.
Wait, is it 287 or 285?
It's 285. No, I'm confused. I thought it was 287.
Maybe
it's 285.
I can't remember. This is damn Mezcal Wednesdays.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's a spot on call right there. So for our motorcycle gang that's listening, there you go. You may catch Bryan down there in the loop. All right. So we've talked happy hour, date night. All right. We mentioned music earlier. Have I called any? I've called a lot. Shout out to our friends at Black Spy Promos and Andy Frasco and the boys. What was the last concert you saw that you're like, shit, I'm going to catch them again? And what concert are you most excited about for this upcoming return of live music?
You catch me with a tough one. I'm like, I don't even know the last stuff that I saw.
Shout out to the Mezcals.
I'm like, it's been so long. I mean, I know it was at Red Rocks.
You've been working.
I've been working. It's been a while. I saw.
Let's say the most memorable show. You've been out here for 30 years. What's one that you were just like dropped?
Radiohead at Red Rocks.
Yeah. What year is this?
That would have been 2002.
Woo.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So, U2 with Rage Against the Machine opening up. That was cool. That was
what
like
the fuck?
97, maybe 98, somewhere in there. Maybe 99, I can't remember, but yeah, that
Rage
was cool.
Opening for U2.
Yeah, it was like the pop tour. Yeah, which was
an eclectic group of people up there.
The weirdest like stage thing ever. But yeah, to be able to see Rage was super cool. And so yeah, those are things. So yeah, and I've seen like Beastie Boys that was cool actually up here at the Coliseum like forever ago. So there were some good concerts back in the day. I'm trying to think. God, what was the last show I saw at Red Rocks?
I mean, after you said those, you don't even have to bother with the last one because those were some name droppers of some really big bands. So that's fucking awesome.
And my age.
Yeah, you did date yourself a little bit there. But at the same, when you were like, I caught Rage Against the Machine opening for somebody, I was like, fuck, he is old.
Right.
But I won't say what year. I mean, you already did it. But it's
I saw the first Lollapalooza actually down at Fiddler's Green in like 91. I drove from Idaho when I was working on the ranch. Drove down here. It's like a 10-hour drive. Watched the concert. Was driving back home. Had a car accident.
I can believe that.
And it was like classic construction. Like nailed the back of like this car. I see like 3 heads like go forward, and I'm like, oh my god! And they just took off driving. I was like, oh my god! I feel so bad. I pull them over, and there was like 3 girls that had been at the concert, and they were all high and whatever. And I was like, hey. It looks like your car's fine. They're like, yeah, dude, we're good. And I was like, all right, cool. The front of my truck was just bashed in. I was like, oh, no. So
were you sober?
So I was pretty sober at that point. I'd only had I'd smoked a little bit that night and had just a couple beers.
You were good enough to drive. But you're like, shit.
I wouldn't do that today.
Yeah, me neither. We definitely don't. We don't condone that. And that was an alleged situation.
Yeah, that was an alleged situation.
Yeah.
That was such a long time ago.
All right, so that was a great answer, and I like the story in the back. You should have picked up those chicks' digits.
I know. I wasn't suave back then. I know.
Oh, you got it now. You look sharp as a tack.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so speaking of picking up digits and suave and things of that nature, this is our most fun question that your PR reps will never appreciate. If you could have sex with any cartoon character, who would it be and why?
Oh man.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh. Any cartoon character. Why?
All right, I'm going to give you some examples. You can go with someone from Archer, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, any of the Disney princesses. We would recommend staying away from anime and stuffed animals that have got
Scooby-Doo.
Well, I didn't know when it said Scooby-Doo. But we have had someone say Miss Piggy, and then promptly their PR rep was like, "Please take that question out of this episode." So we kind of have to play around.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I gave you a lot of options.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think.
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit's pretty hot. That would have probably been a good one. I'm trying. Why am I blanking on the Scooby-Doo? The girl with the glasses and Thelma and not Louise.
What was the other? The redhead?
The tall redhead.
All right, give me 1 second. We're going to pause this. Daphne.
I think I'd go Daphne.
Dude, so nobody has said one of the Scooby-Doo characters, and that is such a great answer. Way to go. Holy shit. So I can't remember who the last one was, but they said someone from Archer. So that's why I led with that, because it's an adult cartoon. Yeah. But what a great fucking answer. Yeah. Bravo. Yeah. Bravo. All right, so you did really well there, and you picked someone of age of consent. So
right?
It beats the person that said Miss Piggy. All right, so
she might be an age of consent.
Yeah, technically, I mean,
she's probably pretty old.
Yeah, she's
older than me, man. That's old.
In some of those musicals, she could get it. All right, so enough of that. These next 2 questions, these are our 2 favorite questions that we ask our guests every week. These are kind of the home stretch, but they usually are 3 questions. These are the home stretch questions, and we'll get you out of here. As a restaurant proprietor, maybe, I don't know if you still do, but oftentimes consumption of cannabis is a popular thing in the restaurant industry. We are excited to share. We're going to give your team some gift cards for some dollar joints and everything of that nature from our friends at Shop Callie's. But we would like to know, what is your favorite way to get high?
Honestly, I don't smoke that much weed. I have smoked a decent amount of weed in my career. My day. It tends to make me think a little bit too much, and I already have that problem. So my favorite way to get high, from a substance was definitely tequila, or generally a glass of wine, and there's always a beer or 2 around for sure. And then running's definitely my drug of choice. So a big ultra, and that's another reason I don't smoke that much too. So try to keep the lungs a little bit clean. So
do you run with Bobby? Are y'all like, God damn y'all?
That's how we met.
Really?
Actually, I met Bobby right before that concert at Red Rocks to go see Radiohead.
Really?
The first time I ever met him was was I was up at Chautauqua, and I was leaving. I was moving to California the next day to go hang out there for a couple of years. I'm like lacing up my shoes. This guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, like, how do you get to the top of Green Mountain?" And I was like, "Tell him go left, go this way." And I was like, "Oh, forget about it. Let's go for a run." And this guy like had his heart rate monitor on, it's going off all the time. And all he's telling me about like this wine cellar at the Little Nell. He's telling me about this like place in Yountville and all this stuff. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then more importantly, his heart rate monitor is just going off the whole time. And I'm like, and so he gets up, get back down. It's Bobby. And so we've been friends ever since. So yeah, it was like, that would have been, was that 2001? It might have been 2001. That would have been, because it'll be 2003. Because it'll be 18 years this August. So okay. Super cool. So yeah. So known Bobby for a long time. Yeah, we still run once a week together.
Yeah, so we busted his balls on the episode. We were like, "Oh, we ran today too." And he's like, "Oh, really? How far?" And I was like, "No, we don't run. We are a cannabis podcast, good sir." I'm not sure how much he enjoyed hanging out with me. He and Chris got along as Chris works now at Tavernado, but loves wine and the culinary world and things of that nature. But we can understand that. Everybody has their different vices, as we like to say. 100%. And so if you want to be a runner, then we will judge you appropriately, especially if you're a trail runner.
Totally.
Yeah.
My shorts are kind of long.
All right. What's your inseam here?
Generally 7-inch.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. See, I'm a 5-inch guy.
Oh, see, yeah.
Especially for the summer. I'm trying to get these chicken legs.
They are in right now. 5-inch. That's been the thing. So,
as someone who spends a lot of time on the internet, I know. I was like, I can get on board with this, guys.
Totally. Magnum PI look. I got you.
I mean, is that Tom Selleck with the mustache? Yeah.
Totally.
He has kind of the Jewy fro, but he wears the Hawaiian shirt so well.
Yeah. He's got the chest hair, too.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
Got to work on that.
I have the 5-inch inseams and the Hawaiian shirts. That's all I've got. He's got the physique. He makes the women swoon, things of that nature. I have none of that. So
that's awesome.
Shout out to our boy, not only Bobby Stuckey, but also to Magnum, a.k.a. Tom Selleck, a.k.a. Mr. Baseball. All right, so you've done very well in the last two questions, so don't fuck it up here at the end. You're coming home. You got this. It's the last quarter mile in that triathlon or whatever that bullshit y'all do is. This is the Stone d'Appetit question of the week. And so we ask this to all of our guests, and it's, let's say you had a long day. You were helping out, maybe working the restaurants, hitting all 4 locations, and you just got home tired, your feet hurt like shit, or you're on your way home. What's that guilty pleasure late night snack that you're like, quick fix, just give it to me when I'm on the couch after a long day of work?
Yeah.
I know you got it.
Salt and vinegar chips.
Whoa. From who?
I prefer the what's the kettle company?
Miss Vicky's?
No, I'm the
Zapp's.
I like Zapp's a lot too,
Those are
but
my people.
I can't. I know. They fry in peanut oil though, so my son's allergic to that, so I don't keep them in the house.
Yeah, smart call.
It's it's in the blue bag. What am I saying?
Boulder Canyon?
No, not the Boulder Canyon.
Oh, I know the one. It says kettle chip on.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. They also have that really good ruffled chip that has like pepper and salt and pepper.
100%.
Shit, is it the Boulder Chip Company?
No, it's not the Boulder Chip Company. I feel guilty for saying that because
I know, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Fuck.
God, okay. What's the name of it?
All right. So,
but yeah, that and like I drink a lot of like Helles lagers, and so yeah, just really clean cold beer.
I like it. Okay, clean cold beer to just get you ready for bed.
Yeah.
Do you have a brewery that you like to support the most?
I love Beard Set. Love what those guys are doing.
Who?
Beard Set Brewery right over here they're over on Walnut, and they do a lot of pilsners, a lot of lagers, and just a couple.
That's the one
things.
I was thinking of. That. So we're looking right now at the.
Scroll back up. Let's see if it's. Where is it?
We can't find the salt and vinegar chip to save our life, but we're going to find it, and I'll tag the shit out of them on the page. So tell me a little bit more about, I didn't mean to railroad the conversation.
I love like pilsners and just like super clean like Kolsch's and beers like that. So it's that's where I go to.
Deep River?
No.
Damn. Okay, so that's not bad. So I was going to think that you were going to say somewhere like some really crunchy.
These guys.
Oh yeah, it's called the Kettle brand.
The Kettle brand, yeah.
Okay, there we go. So it said Kettle.
I think
we were just not all there.
I think they're the best one. They're kind of like the OGs with anything. I don't know.
They have some pretty good chips. That's a good call. Chips. And you put us on another good beer. What's your stance on the hazy IPA?
I like hazy IPAs.
Is that your go? What's your cocktail or your beer of choice?
My beer choice will always be lager. Like this time of year, yeah, I'll drink like a ton of Modelo in a can only. Yeah, and so